Hello guys. So we are going to discuss about the internal structure of the earth. Now you guys know that in earth interior is made up of several concentric layers and can be classified based on chemical compositions and densities. So the upper layer is called crust, the middle layer is called mantle, and the lower and inner layer of is called core. So mantle is divided into two part, upper mantle and lower mantle, whereas core is divided into two part, outer core and inner core. So crust is from 0 kilometer, that is the surface of the earth, to 34 kilometer. Then mantle is from 34 kilometer to 2900 kilometer, and then core is from 2900 kilometer to 6400 kilometer. Now the next point is continent crust have two type of crust: continental crust and oceanic crust. Continental crust is made up of silicon and aluminium, whereas oceanic crust is made up of silicon and magnesium. Mantle is made up of silicon and magnesium, whereas core is made up of nickel and iron. So the volume of the core is 14% approximately, and mantle is 84% approximately, and the volume of the crust is less than 1%. Now the next thing is, what is lithosphere? So lithosphere is made up of crust and some part of the upper mantle. It is from 0 kilometer to 100 kilometer. Okay, and it consists of continental crust as well as oceanic crust, because it is made up of crust only. So continental crust is thicker than oceanic crust. That is, continental crust is about 30 kilometer and oceanic crust is about 5 kilometer. And oceanic crust is composed of dense rock, that is mafic, example basalt, basalt, whereas continental crust is a flatter rocks, and example is granite, that is felsic. Okay, now in continental crust can be thicker up to 70 kilometer in the areas of mountain systems, and as written in the book and discovered by the scientists, that the temperature of crust increases as we go in depth. So for every 1 kilometer there is an increase in the temperature by 32 degrees Celsius. Now let's come for asthenosphere. Asthenosphere is from 100 kilometer to 700 kilometer. It is actually the upper part of the mantle. Then main source of magma that find its way to the surface of the earth during volcanic eruption appears from asthenosphere. Then comes mesosphere. Mesosphere is from 700 kilometer to 2900 kilometer, and it is the lower part of the mantle. Then comes the outer core, which is a part of a barysphere. So it is from 2900 kilometer to 5100 kilometer, and it consists of nickel and iron, and it is in liquid state. Whereas inner core, which is from 5100 kilometer to 6400 kilometer, it is in solid state. So let's discuss about the state in all these four layers. So lithosphere is solid, as it has crust and some brittle part of upper mantle. Asthenosphere is semi-solid. Then mesosphere, that is the lower part of the mantle, is solid. Then the outer core is liquid, and then inner core is solid. Now in the whole earth, the elements which is present are iron 35%, oxygen 30%, silicon 15%, magnesium 13%, and nickel 2.4%. Whereas just in earth crust, oxygen is present as 46%, then silicon as 28%, aluminium as 8%, iron as 4%, 5%, and magnesium as 4%.